Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Okay, so let's see what we have today. Yesterday was very slow. It barely moved. We catch some pips, but still it was very slow day. Okay, let's see what we have today. I hope it's going to be better than yesterday. Yesterday we had so much consolidation. Okay, one of the pairs that I'm looking for now is Euro AUD. I'm waiting for a break of this support, and I think it's going to be a nice trade if it does break below. Yes, so the plan is once it breaks below, gonna enter some sells. But as you can see on the left, we have plenty of rejections, which makes this zone pretty strong. So we have to be patient a bit until we have a break on this support. You can see every time price came here, always respected this level, except this fake out, which happened to close back in the range, made the retest, and you can see continuation. So once we break this, I'm expecting a good drop, because it's been a while trying to break this, so we'll see. It's pretty big consolidation right now on EA. Actually, most of the pairs, we have a lot of consolidation. Gonna go through some other pairs too. We'll see what we have for the upcoming next hour. Okay. Let's see, looks very promising. That's gonna break the support. Okay, so first thing to do is to clean our charts from yesterday, because today is a new day. UJ consolidation after consolidation. Every time. Finally broke this consolidation. Now we're having another consolidation here. So we're gonna have to wait for this consolidation to break too. GU 1 hour. Okay, GU 1 hour. Let's take a look at GU 1 hour. I wouldn't take anything on GU. I would say this was support created, but we had a big drop from yesterday, and I don't think this is enough for us. And price is already at resistance, so we have to be careful. Let's take a look at the daily. What happened with the daily? Yeah, if you go to the daily, see that it's at the resistance now. There's no trade for me on GBP USD. I would stay away. We have better setups coming than GU. Euro USD didn't give us a retest yesterday that we're expecting, but today is another day. Yeah. EU is at resistance. For our resistance, we need to wait for a break above. And for down, yeah, maybe this level can be good if we break on the 4 hour to look for sells. But we'll have to wait and see. It's another 20 pip drop that needs to happen here. For now, looks like EA is the best and the cleanest. Take a look at GJ. Let's see what GJ is doing. Pretty much the same as GU. Not too much going on. Yeah. GBP pairs for me are not clean enough for now. And I wouldn't take anything on GBP pairs for now. Let's see now. When you look at the GJ chart, not too much. When you look at UJ, it's a lot better. Actually, it's good sometimes to have consolidation because you can see clearly where the zones are, and you know what to expect. So let's see what's gonna happen on UJ. A break below this level would send us to this next level here, which is around 20 pip range to the downside. Yes, so a break above would send us to the next resistance here, which is also not even 20 pips, around 15 pips. So we're gonna have to wait and see whatever it does, we'll know what to do after. Okay, so I'm gonna keep an eye on Euro AUD because for now it looks like the best setup. We might have then also 4-hour breakout, which will be very nice. This resistance is pretty strong. A lot of tries to break above but couldn't. So maybe it's time to continue down. But first we need to break the support, so we can think about sells. Wow, big drop. Do you have news? Doesn't seem that we have any news, but big drop happening. So now, after this big drop, I just hope price stays close because we might not have any retest after this. Price needs to stay here for a while, then we can have that retest to continue down. We have another 20 minutes to wait for the 1 hour to close, so I hope it's not going to go too far. Just stay right here. Next candle, a small retracement here, small pullback, and then we can enter some sells. Pretty big rejection. Almost 20 pip rejected. Let's see. Good thing that's staying close. That's the good thing. But if you leave a very big wick and close around here somewhere, that wouldn't be a good idea. That wouldn't be a good thing to come all the way down and close around here. Would be a very small breakout, and a big wick would be pretty risky. Okay, looks like now somewhere for some people it's night. Yeah, we're all from different time zones. Somebody's done with the day, and in the meanwhile we are just starting the day. GBP is pushing GJ, but like I said, there's no trade for me here. We might come and make a retest of this yesterday's support, but it's pretty big range, almost 60 pips. Can be a bit hard to push that much, but you never know. GBP can move very fast sometimes. USD-CAD is still stuck in this big consolidation box. It's mid too long now. Still couldn't break above. Yesterday I thought it's gonna break because we had a very big push, but still nothing. Still having problems to break above or below. Now this consolidation is getting bigger every day. It's getting bigger every day, and the middle zone is starting to show up now. Better than some days before. So maybe we'll be able to maybe we're going to be able to take a trade in this middle zone here. Gonna have to wait. See, now price is reacting to the zone. That's a good sign for us that we have a good zone here, so we can take a trade. If we can close below, we'll see on the retest we can take a trade, and this then can continue down. But let's see. Okay, let me check the daily, because maybe the daily is telling us something else. Yeah, this can continue up today, USD-CAD. But I saw that we have CAD news. Yeah, we have CAD news later, so this is gonna affect the USD-CAD. But based on the daily, very strong close, rejected from daily support here, came all the way up and closed above these three previous daily candles. This can be a retest now to continue up. And doesn't seem that there is too much traffic on the left. Can easily come and fill this range. But for us, if we want to take a trade here, gonna have to wait. Gonna have to wait for this consolidation to break above. Then we can think about buys. And now that I saw the daily candle, I don't think I would take the middle zone. I don't think I'm gonna take, even if we have a break here, because the daily would still be risky for us. In the meanwhile, EA, big rejection. It's not a good sign. This needs to push lower, because if it does close like this, I wouldn't be comfortable taking it. Yeah, this is not looking good. This candle might flip all the way up bullish. I'm gonna wait. We have another 8 minutes for this candle to close. Needs to come lower. I would be more comfortable with this then. Today buy USD. Why should we buy today USD? Give us a reason. This candle on EA closes like this. I'm not gonna take the trade because big rejection here. Wouldn't be comfortable. 20 pips rejection and only 5 pips below. That wouldn't be very safe for us. Well, let's see, we have another 5 minutes. Can have a quick drop maybe. Then we can think for some sells on the retest. If you guys see any trades or any potential setup, send the link on the charts and I'll review them and see what we have. Gold yesterday resulted in a big fake out, and like I told you yesterday, guys, don't trade gold because gold is very risky and it's not playing by the rules lately. See, yesterday we were waiting for a break of this big consolidation box, and you can see the fake out that happened after. It's not safe trading gold for now. I would rather stay out of gold. Even though it looked like a very nice setup, you can see that it's not. Once you see all these kind of wicks, you realize that it's not safe to trade. Look at all these wicks. This is not a good sign. Just pushing like that and leaving how many pips? Let's see. That's almost $20 move, these big wicks, so it's not safe at all trading gold. Just skip it for now. Okay, Euro New Zealand. It's been pretty messy here on Euro New Zealand. Pretty messy. Don't see anything on that one. Gonna wait for EA here, because look the best from all the other pairs. Now it's getting better. Just a little lower and I would be way more comfortable. Euro USD is not a buy yet. It's at 4-hour resistance, so be careful. If you want to take Euro USD, you need to wait for this level to break first. Once it breaks this level, then you can take some buys and maybe ride it until the next resistance here. It's around 30 pips range. Yeah, it doesn't seem like high impact, but still it can have some impact. By the way, guys, today is Friday, so be careful. Use good risk management. There's no need to rush trades, and Friday is known then for some fake moves. We are clear from the news today. Only CAD news that are later. Okay, we have a good close on EA now. See how many pips. Okay, we have a 10 pip close below. Now let's see, it needs to come higher, and we're gonna try some buys here. Some sells, sorry. Sometimes I'm thinking something else and I'm saying something else. It happens. Let's see. We need this to come higher, and then we can take some sells here. Even though it looks pretty sketchy. Okay, I'm gonna take the first entry here, and if it comes higher, I'm gonna take another entry. First entry here in a 5 pips range, and then if it comes higher, I'm gonna take another entry. Stop loss is gonna be 20 pips just above the breakout candle. It's already pushing. Let's see. First target is 20 pips, and then aiming this wick fill. Let's see how it goes. This is a long-term target which can be achieved once we break maybe this small support here. But first we need to fill this wick. Then after breaking this, we can continue to the next support level. This can come a bit higher maybe, like I said, because it didn't come deep enough to make that perfect retest, but still can continue because it's still in this zone. So let's see if it comes a bit higher, because I only entered half of my risk because it didn't come lower, so only half of my usual risk. Okay. Okay, so let's wait and see. First target. The first target is 20 pips. Let's see. 20 pips from our price is, yeah, this wick fill is 20 pips. After this, we can wait for another break and retest of this level maybe. Even though I wouldn't risk after it. Take a win here, I would be done with this pair for now. See, it's pretty nice until now. Just need to push lower. Okay, we have 10 pips now. Let's see if it's gonna come lower. Currently at 10 pips profit. 12 actually. But it's changing by time. Yeah, I'm gonna move my stop at break even now. Gonna move my stop at break even. I'm not taking any profits. Not taking any profits, but I'm moving my stop at break even. Just because this touch here of the support made me a bit uncomfortable here. Still wanted to take the trade, but since we got rejected from here a lot of times, I think it would be a bit risky to take this trade. But still, I took it, even though, because this level looks a lot more stronger than this one. This level is a lot stronger than this one here, but still we got rejected pretty hard, so that made me think more about this setup. So just to be sure, I'm moving my stop at break even, because already made 12 pip move to the downside. Now coming back again, I don't know, we'll see. Only this big rejection made me a bit uncomfortable. Still, we can go for a wick fill, since this is a very good and strong zone. Let's see. If there wasn't a support level here, I wouldn't move my stop at break even. Only this was the reason why I moved my stop at break even. Compared to this one, it's a minor zone, but still, it makes you a bit uncomfortable when you see a big rejection from that zone. If I get it stopped at break even, maybe price can push higher and maybe I can look for another entry. And also I can use a smaller stop loss. Because if my entry would be at 400, I would only use a 10 pip stop loss just above the breakout candle. But let's see. Time will tell what's gonna happen here. Yeah, it only moved 11, 12 pips. It wasn't enough. Still needs to come lower and fill this wick at least. Just take a look at other pairs, see what's happening. Nothing much, and USD JPY still stuck at this consolidation box. USD CAD got rejected from this middle zone here that I said before. Euro USD is rejecting this 4-hour level. So only thing is EA here. We have a small break and retest. We'll see if it's gonna continue down or not. Looks like ADUSD still didn't manage to break this consolidation box either. Still got rejected. And looks like it can continue up from this level too. Euro JPY, nothing much in a small consolidation box here. It's not doing much. Yeah, we break this consolidation box here. We might see a move to this next resistance after, which is a good 25 pip range. Can make some good pips in this trade. Actually 30 pips range. EA should move faster and give us a quick 20 pips. Usually 20 pips for EA are nothing. Even if it comes around 15 pips, we can take some profits. When I have zero drawdown, even if it doesn't go 20 pips, I still take some profits. Basically I had zero drawdown, so why not? And most of the trades are like that. Almost zero drawdown. Most can go, it's 5 pips. US 30. Looks like US 30 is at resistance currently, 4-hour resistance. I don't trade it, just looking if there's a good setup here. Yeah, maybe if we do break this resistance, can have a nice push to the next resistance here. And you can see how it's reacting to this. We already got a lot of rejections. Now this one, maybe a close above, then a retest can continue up. Pretty much consolidation on US 32. This week was pretty the same on all pairs. We had a lot of consolidations. EA is going perfectly. Let me see how many pips we have here. We have 17 pips. I'm gonna take some profits now. Plus 17 pips. Nice. Now I'm leaving a runner just in case this goes 100 pips. Always leave a runner because it'll be like a bonus. Almost filled the wick, which I said was 20 pips, so it came only 17, but I think that's enough for me. See how it got rejected again. You need to be quick. Close the most quick and leave a runner. See how fast it got rejected. You need to be fast. Especially me, when I enter a lot of positions, I have to be very fast because price can move and in 1 second can go make a 5-10 pip move. Then you'll have to wait again for price to come, which may not be happening again, and can go all the way on the opposite way. See now we are risk free in this trade. See now, if price comes all the way up and comes deeper to make that retest that I said before, I'm not going to take it because it already made the move. I'm counting that this was already the move. It almost fit the wick, so it's only 2 pips, 3 pips away. And that's why I took profits before exactly 20 pips. It was a nice trade. So let's take a look and see our next trade, because with Euro AUD already done, now just a runner to see if it's gonna drop more. Now we need another one if you can find. UJ doesn't really gonna move that much. Euro USD, we need a breakout, so for now there's nothing we can do on Euro USD. We need a breakout. There's no trade. Is it going down? It's not going down, it's still here. I don't know if it's gonna go down or not, because we're still at resistance. So chances for going down are higher than breaking up. Why? Because we have a break to the downside. We have this candle close below this support. This can be only maybe a retest to continue down. But for me, I'm not going to take it because we got rejected from support. That's why I'm not taking the retest. Now the best way is to wait for a break above a retest, then continuation, or maybe a break below the support, a retest and continuation. That's what I would do here on Euro USD. So for now it doesn't have any, there's no setup here for now. Maybe a setup on GCAD would be nice here. If we break below the support that was created. Let's see. We need to close below if we want to take something here. Gonna take a look at the daily. Yeah, it looks like the daily is also a break and retest. That's why it came up. And since the daily is at resistance, already had a rejection. 1 hour also, if it does close below, we can take the retest and we can go for a daily wick fill to the downside here. That can happen very easy. But we have to wait another 30 minutes for the candle close. Then we'll see. It looks very good opportunity here on GCAD. If I was to take this, see where 20 pips is. Yeah, it would be perfect trade here. See, we already got rejected, which means this can be counted as a support. I would say this is pretty nice. Let's see if we're gonna break first. If we do, we have a very nice setup here. When daily supports your 1 hour setup too, that's great. Gives you a lot of confidence. Yeah, even if you look on the left, we have the same level before too. And if you look close, every time we hit this, huge rejection to the upside. Every time. Look at this. Look at this. When we broke below, this was the retest. Look at the move to downside. So also here, plenty of rejections. Now this candle closed below this support. On the daily, we already had a retest, and now we have a minor zone on the 1 hour that we can wait for breakouts, so we can enter and go with this momentum, this trend. So we just need a close below here. Euro AUD is not doing much. And looks like my stop, my runner got stopped. So I'm done with EA. It was a good trade actually. EA doesn't really do many fake outs most of the time. It respects levels pretty nice. But we'll see. Now we just have to wait and see what happens with this level. Maybe we have a break to the upside, who knows. If we want to take a trade here, we need to wait for this support to break first. Now we need to close below a retest, then we can continue down to the next support here. That's the plan for EA if it does come down and break this level. And this is the trade I will take if we do break below 2. Stops will be just above the breakout candle if this will be the breakout candle, but still 20 pips will be above this candle. And Euro USD already dropping. big drop. Let's see. Looks like it's gonna melt to the downside. And on Euro USD, let's see what we can do. Nothing much, like I said. On Euro USD, we just can't wait for this support to break. Once we break that, we have another zone that we can fill to the downside. UJ is going to be the same thing. We need to break above or retest, then continuation. We have a small range here, by the way, but on UJ you don't expect much than this. It's only 15 pips. And you can use only 10 pips stop loss here, I think would be enough. Then you can expect another break of this resistance after, and you can hold some runners for more. Or if it does come down, the same thing applies here. But here we have a bigger range to fill. Well, basically the same. Close to 20 pips. And here 15 pips only. Yeah, so this can be a nice trade. But like I said, we need to wait. See what happens. EA is pushing higher. Let's see now. See, after it made the move, now coming all the way back up. If we do have a close above, this can be a sick setup. If it would close above the breakout candle, that would be perfect. Because this would continue all the way up and fill this range if we're gonna have a break above this. Possible fake out EAAUGU. Yeah. It's not a fake out, guys. You need to see the difference here, because the move already happened. It's not a fake out. The fake out is when we get a close below support And then the next candle comes for a retest without making a move to the downside. Comes for a retest and straight goes up, closes back in the range. That's a fake out. But when the move already happened, it's not a fake out. It worked. But then after came back again. That's the reason I closed here. Because already made the move. It was only 2 pips, 3 pips far from this support. So can't say this will be a fake out if it does close above. If it does close above, it's only a breakout. This can still go down, by the way. Just because it came all the way up here, it doesn't mean anything. Unless we have a close and we see a candle inside this range again, that's when we are sure that we have a fake out. But until the candle closes, there's nothing sure. Or unless now price goes all the way up above this candle, that would be pretty much, I would be pretty much sure that I'm gonna have a fake out. Yeah, let's see. GCAD's coming again. GCAD can be very, very nice setup here. UJ is pushing. Well, maybe we'll have a setup on UJ before any other setups. EA is rejecting. Yes, so looks like USD JPY and GBP CAD has more potential to break. Than other pairs. Gonna wait for GCAD now. No need to watch other pairs. Let's check the Chinese indicator. Okay, AUD looks stronger than Euro. And yeah, nothing. This is just for for the moment doesn't really tell you much. I think Oanda, the broker called Oanda, has a better indicator about this to tell the strength of the current pairs. See how GBP/USD all the way down dropped? See why it was not a good idea to take buys? It's not in a good place still. We need a lot more consolidation so we can be more sure about the trade. And also, as I said, we already got rejected from the zone. You can see the breakout and the retest yesterday that happened. Also, this big move happened before the interest rate yesterday. So this can still continue to the downside. And that's why I didn't take any buys on GBP pairs or any trade at all. But GCAD now is telling me a clear setup, so can't ignore this. Daily making a break and retest. Then we switch to the 1 hour and we have a perfect setup that can give us a good entry here. Just waiting for this breakout. Okay. How do you identify fake outs early? Like I said, you don't know if it's going to be a fake out unless price comes all the way back in the range and closes above the breakout candle. Now it depends if it does move 20 pips back in the range, because 20 pips you would get stopped out. If it only does 10 pips, but you should ask how to prevent getting faked out. And how you prevent fake outs is you look left and see if price got rejected from another zone before coming for a retest. That's when price hits another zone then comes for a retest, it just increases the chances of being a fake out immediately. So yeah. Okay. GCAD's pushing for the zone. 10 minutes and I think we're gonna have a trade here. It looks like we're gonna have some good setups. It just takes some time until we're gonna have that first breakout, then it's gonna be nice. We already had a trade now, so I can't complain. See, EJ is pretty close, another 7-8 pips till it comes at this resistance. Maybe you can see a breakout after. Most likely GCAD's gonna break. So let's see. Okay, so let's see. Euro AUD rejected all the way down again. Looks like it was just a deeper retest for continuation. Now on the next candle we might see another push to the downside. But for now we have to focus on GCAD, because this can give us another setup, the next setup. Okay, so if we close like this from support to here, it's a 10 pip breakout, which is enough I think for GCAD. And once it makes a small pullback, a retest, then we will get in. And GCAD then should give us some quick pips because it doesn't mess around. It goes straight forward. Okay, so I made my first entry here. It can come a bit higher, a deeper retest. Well, still it's a small range, so should continue down after this retest, and should continue and fill this range to the downside. This daily wick, I think it's gonna be a good trade. So now guys, I'm only risking a percentage of my first win, always. Don't forget, I'm not gonna risk now. I made the first win, now I don't have to risk the whole win that I made earlier. So you have to always protect your profits. And we will see how GCAD goes. This now doesn't mean we have a breakout. Okay. Now is the perfect retest. As long as it stays below now, we will be good. This is the perfect retest. The breakout was nice. Let me check again how many pips. Not too strong, 8 pips close below, but that should be enough for this to continue down. Let's see. This should come at least and fill this previous wick that made on the 1 hour, and then push lower than this. All we need now is to wait. So, just to explain this another time, why did I take this? First, we have this daily zone here, and the daily close below here. This was the retest on the daily. Now this is a daily rejection. Price created support here before, now came back down, closed below the support. Now it's making the retest of this minor zone if you compare it to the daily, and it should continue down. When we go on the daily, you can see clearly the break and retest that happened. You can see all these rejections on the daily. This candle here closed below all these previous candles that got rejected from the zone. This candle, this made the retest, and now it should continue until this daily wick. Now we couldn't take any trades here on the daily, because even if we took, we'd have to use a very big stop loss, and that's not good for us. So what we do is we go to the lower time frames and we look for an entry. When we go on the lower time frames, we see that price created support here last night, and it went higher to make that daily retest. Now it dropped after making it, we broke this support, this minor zone, let's say, close below, making the retest. Now we should continue down and basically fill this range to the downside, which will be a daily wick fill too, or at least 20 pips, which will be enough for us. Okay, nice rejection. That's a good sign. Already having rejections. Okay, perfection, GCAD. What a drop. This is perfect. Okay, how many pips we have? We have 15, 16 pips, 17. So I'm gonna secure some at 17 pips. And I'm gonna move my stop at break even. Move my stop at break even, secure some at 17 pips, and let's see how far it can go, leaving a runner to fill this range. Stops at break even, guys. Of course, London session is nice. Always getting giving us a lot of pips. All week long, London has been the best. The trades that have been on New York session hasn't been very nice. London has been bringing some nice trades. Let's see. This should continue all the way down, no doubt. It was a perfect, classic break and retest. It can't get better than this. Okay, today was a great day. 2 trades, 2 wins. We made some nice pips. Wow, Euro AUD all the way up. Already 2 trades taken now. The third is coming. Looks like today will be very nice. A lot of setups coming. Let's see now. We have to wait here for this candle to close back in the range, and then we can take the retest easily, continuation, and fill this range to the upside. Well, let's see. GCAD went pretty nice. Should continue more, but now we are risk free. Can't get any better. USD can be the next trade also. Well, like I said, we need a break above 107.050. That will be the next trade. EA, EURAUD, not many things happening here. USD CAD can be the next trade too. Waiting for the break above this big consolidation box, and we can have a nice move to the upside here too. We have a 65 pip range to the upside to fill this range, so this should be pretty good. A lot of good setups coming. GCAD is rejecting. See, again, you have to be quick to close the trades, not leave them to come at your entry again. Scalping, you have to be very fast. In and out, no need to wait too much. Okay, great session, great session. Okay, so we have to wait for a break above 1.63400. Once we break above that, means we are back in the range. And we can take some longs here on the retest to continue and fill this range. Stop loss should be 20 pips, enough I think. So once we close below, we know what to do here. The 4-hour big rejection, this can flip bullish, and once it does that, this trade will be fire. Epic trade. You take a look at the daily too. Yeah, daily is at support too. Daily is still rejecting the support. So we will see. Only we need to wait for this candle to close back in range. GCAD still there. There's still time. Can still continue down and fill the range. Just a matter of time. Everything is just a matter of time. UJ is still here. Looks like has created a small minor zone in the middle of a consolidation. Based on these rejections that I see here. and now see this candle closed above. This looks like it was the retest and it's rejecting. That means we have a small minor zone here. What we have to see, we have to wait for a break above this. After we break this, easy 10-15 pips to the upside to fill this range. GCAD perfection, still dropping. Let's see, almost closed at break even the runner, but still going. We have a 50 pip range. That would be awesome if it does happen. Okay, so did you guys take this or EA? I believe someone took it. Paul, that's great. That's great. As I said before, GCAD doesn't disappoint. Even though I haven't been trading a lot GCAD because it's been consolidating and making some fake outs lately, but this was a perfect setup. Couldn't miss this. How long have you been trading? Since 2016, which means 4 years now. Four years going very strong. Thanks. Yeah, the style of trading is pretty simple, guys. It just requires a lot of patience to wait for the best setup, but after it pays a lot. It's simple, very powerful, doesn't have many complications. You only need to draw zones good, wait for the breakout, wait for the retest, and that's it. For a break under your level, or how many pips do you take as a possible setup? Yeah, so usually I want at least 10 pips breakout, but 8 pips GCAD was enough for me. It closed good enough below all these wicks on the left, so didn't wait for a bigger breakout. A breakout of 2-3 pips, 4 pips wouldn't be enough for me. And also on GCAD, there was other confirmations like daily, like I said, was a break and retest, also a rejection. This was a binary zone breaking, so everything made sense. Yeah, I trade New York session. I do trade New York session, London and New York session. Asian happens to be on midnight here, so I don't trade Asian. Only sometimes if I'm awake in the middle of the night, but usually London and New York session. No, I don't use buy stops and sell stop on break and retest. I always wait for the breakout. Maybe you meant pendings. You can use pendings after the breakout. Why not? If you're not at the charts, you have other things to do. You can use pendings. But I can't use buy stops and sell stops because price can maybe come below the support and hit your buy sell stop, then reject again and go up. So that's why we need first the candle to close below. Then you can set sell limits. Actually, after the breakout you need the sell limit. Just try to keep things simple. No need for complications. There are a lot of details first to learn about this, then it becomes pretty easy and simple. How long should you hold your positions for? Long enough for you to be pleased with your profits. Everyone has different way of trading, but for me, as I explained earlier actually, 20 pips is always first target. But today I took 17 pips, didn't need more. On EURAUD I told you the reason why I took 17 pips. GCAD made 20 pips, it already came 25 pips. Yeah, 25 pips GCAD. And yeah, 20 pips is first target most of the time. Yes, stop loss is at break even. I said before, and it says right here, stops at break even. When this drops another 20 pips, like 40 pips, I'll move my stop at 20 pips after. When I do New York sessions, I do it like 2 or 3 hours later. New York sessions. But let's see. London was always the best session for me. It always worked out perfectly. Some fresh moves. New York session is good also, but I always liked London session better. EA is rejecting. I think it's gonna be a bit hard for Euro, AUD, Australian dollar to break this. This is a pretty big resistance here. Look at all these rejections that happened before. Now we got a break below. This should be pretty hard to break, but you never know, since we also got rejected from support here. Now once we close above, we know what happens after we close above this level. Every time we broke this support, look at the moves. Every time we had 80 pips move, rejected, came back again, made another try to break, another 80 pip move to the upside. Now this candle broke below, we made a retest, 100 pip move to the downside. We had a close above here, made a retest, another 80 pips move to the upside. This was a fake out here. It closed above, just like now that it's about to happen, made the retest, another 60 pip move to the upside. Every time price came here, at least the smallest one was 30 pip move. Now if this closes above, we can see the similar thing and have at least 20 pips, but fill this range all the way up another time, and 80 pips would be crazy. So we'll see. We need to close above, then we think what to do there. New Zealand, Canadian dollar. I don't know why you guys are trading these kind of pairs. Wow, this is still consolidating. I draw this days before. Said wait for the breakout here. It's still at the same place. Good that you're reminding me this, because once this breaks, it's gonna be a crazy move. This has been consolidating for so long. Once this closes below, it's gonna be a big move to the downside. It looks like today maybe it can break, but it's Friday, so I don't expect much. Maybe next week we can have a very good setup here. And this can be a very nice swing too. Once it breaks here, it can go all the way down here. And it doesn't seem like it has too much traffic on the left. Yeah, this was a long time ago. We have some zones here, but still, you see, the next zone can be here. After the break this, we have clean traffic to the downside. This can be the first target. If we do break this support first, then after breaking this, another break and retest here would be perfect. And there's no traffic on the left all the way down here. So we'll just have to, we need patience here. Yeah, because this is perfect. This is a perfect setup here. Once it breaks, it's gonna be a very nice setup here. Does it matter what broker you use? Well, brokers, it doesn't really matter, but it matters about the spread. The spread should be good, especially when you scope. Spread should be good because we don't look for big moves. So when you are trading with aiming for 10-20 pips, you need a good spread because the entries should be always on point. Next time I'll find some good brokers that I use, and I'll put a description on a link on the description, and you can see then which one suits you better. You can use it. There are a lot of good brokers right now that are trusted and they work pretty well. I trade for 4 years and until now I haven't had any problems with any broker that I use, so we'll see. Euro AUD coming soon. See now, this candle already came and went above this breakout candle. Now this tells me that there's a high chance now we're gonna break above. This is what tells me now that we can break above this because we already went above this breakout candle, previous candle. So that's just an indication for me, but still we have to wait and see. We have another 20 minutes. After that, we'll look for an entry on the retest. Same thing can repeat and same thing can happen again. Just like it happened a lot of times before. Looks like the 1 hour already came below, but couldn't close this one. A lot of wicks here, and this one too rejected. Let's see if we're gonna manage to close below. Don't forget about this setup, because once it breaks, it's gonna be a very nice setup. Yeah, basically there's no need for New York session, because we already have 2 trades. Maybe we can take another one, but a small risk. Maybe euro will go down again. On live chart says that AUD is strong on the upside. Well, let's see. Gonna have to wait and see what happens, because charts are telling a different story. Euro is getting some strength and it's pushing, so we'll see how it's gonna close. Okay, Anderson sent this chart. GBPUSD, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Good support created here. We only need to close below that. If you don't have any major support in this area here, then looks perfect. You just have to look if you have any major zone on the left. Look at the daily. If not, then this is a clear chart. No traffic on the left. Can easily continue after the breakout. It looks very nice. Keep an eye on this too. On this too. Man, we have a lot of setups coming. The problem is going to be which one to take it, because market's giving us too many setups. This will be my priority setup here, because some already know that consolidation boxes are one of my favorite setups. Just like UJ was 2 days ago, it was a nice 60 pip move once it broke down. Actually, this was my first entry, and then I had another entry here. 2 entries, because we broke both zones, and on both zones I took an entry. So you see what happens after the consolidation breaks. Big moves. So expect the same on New Zealand Canadian dollar. And expect the same on Euro AUD. If this closes back in the range, fills this range to the upside, then we also break this. This is going to be a massive move to the upside, because look how many times we got rejected from this resistance. It means this is a very strong resistance, and now once we break this, it can easily continue up Let's see how many pips. This is a pretty big range. 150 pips range to the upside. Not too much traffic on the left. It's basically free ride to the upside. If it does come and close above. But that for now is not priority because it's pretty far and it's rejecting now. So still don't have any breakout here. GCAD still there. Next candle on GCAD can quickly come and fill the range. Gonna have to wait and see. We are all set, ready for everything. Everything that happens now we have a plan. Just have to respect the plan and go with it. Just gonna clean the chart a bit. No need for too many lines here. Just this. $0.87250. This is the level we need to break if we want to take sales. Do you know Raja? Of course I know, he's my friend. Everyone knows him. He is a public figure. What do you think about EJ 1 hour? EJ 1 hour. Let's take a look at EJ. Okay, so on EJ, we were waiting for this to break, for this level here. Same thing is here. We need a close above, a retest and continuation. And we have a 30 pip range to fill to the upside. Okay, we are pretty close to the 10 minutes left until the candle closes, so we will see what we have. For now, EA is next to see if it's gonna close above or not. If it does close like this, it's not gonna like this that much. It needs to close a bit stronger, around 1.63500. That would be 10 pips. and I would be more comfortable if it does close at least 10 pips above, because like this I wouldn't be that sure. Okay, Jordan, have a nice day. See you. Okay, we have 3 minutes left. Let's see. Don't like this that much. Needs to push higher. Looks like it's not gonna be a trade on EA. Okay. Man, so many rejection on New Zealand CAD. Why is it so hard to break this level? My God. 18 days. 18 days, no breakout here. This is crazy. More than half a month and still no breakout. Now I just can't imagine once it breaks how big the move will be. See what happened now? It closed just below the level. No break to the upside. There's no trade here in this hourly too. There's no trade on New Zealand CAD because it closed above again. GBP USD, no break either. There were some false hopes that we're gonna have a breakout. GBP CAD now can continue down. Perfect setup. Textbook trade. And yeah, not that much now happening. Weak break. It's not a breakout. Didn't close above. It's like an indecision candle. Not above, not below. Can't say maybe below, but we'll see. Yeah, nothing much now. Gonna have to wait another hour. Yeah, so I think guys, there's no point of staying in front of the charts now because we see that we have no breakout. So waiting for another hour here, just watching charts, I think it's not necessarily. So I think we're done for London. I'm gonna wait for New York session now. Yeah, so guys, I think I'm done now. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for participating. I hope this was helpful for you. It was a good session. We had 2 trades, 2 wins. And we'll see you on New York session. For now, I'm done. I'm just holding a runner on GCAD. It was a very nice trade. So yeah, see you Monday. New York session. I don't know if I'm going to take any trades on New York session. We'll see. But for now, it seems like I'm done. Thank you all again. If this was helpful for you, give it a like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys Monday. We'll continue. Let's grow this community together. Have a nice weekend, everyone. See you all.